Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, November 8th, Election Day. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Glad you could join us tonight. Well, in just a few hours, the polls will close. Thousands of people have been casting their ballots throughout the day to decide if Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump will be the next president. There are also a number of other issues for voters to weigh in on locally. Our Denise Douglas has the latest.
The chief election judge here at Harmony Hall says that the turnout has been good. In fact, he also says that even before they opened their doors this morning, that there was a line. And as people have been coming in and going out, I've been talking with them, and no matter who they're voting for at the presidential level, their sentiment seems to be the same.
After casting a ballot, many voters are breathing a sigh of relief.
It feels really great. I'm just glad this is almost over with and we'll have a president soon.
Siobhan Dreyer has been exhausted by this presidential campaign season. Some have characterized it as one of the most divisive and unpredictable in recent history, as Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump took jabs at each other at every turn.
When it comes to the wall that Donald talks about building, he went to Mexico. He had a meeting with the Mexican president, didn't even raise it. He choked.
Clinton fought for the wall in 2006 or thereabouts. Now, she never gets anything done, so naturally the wall wasn't built.
If we all get on one accord and want the right thing, for all of those who want the right thing, and believe, first we got to believe in God, believe in ourselves, and we know that this can be done.
Especially since we've been in a lot of turmoil. I just want to bring us back together. So we want a president that's going to do that.
And so voters are steadily filing into polling stations. Here in Fort Washington, the chief election judge says there was a line even before they opened.
This year, when I came in at 5:45, there was a couple people waiting in line. And when the doors opened at 7, there was approximately 30 people waiting to vote. And after that rush, it kind of dropped off a little bit, but then 30 minutes later, it picked up.
Also on the ballot in Prince George's County are U.S. and congressional races, school board seats, and several referendum questions. Dreyer says she'll be watching the results.
I'll be watching at home. My family.
Many voters say that they will be at home with their eyes glued to their television sets as the election results begin to come in. As a nation, there are 11 battleground states in all that we will also be carefully watching. They include Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Florida, Iowa, Colorado, and several others. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
And here is an interesting side note. Hillary Clinton won in the tiny town of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. She received 4 votes to Donald Trump's 2. Libertarian Gary Johnson got 1, and the results will make suspicious Clinton supporters happy since the town correctly picked the eventual winner in 3 of the last 4 contests.
And closer to home, voters who went to cast their ballots early this morning likely encountered a wait. Election judges at this center in Glenarden say they had close to 300 people come through by 11 o'clock this morning. They also tell CTV that the longest wait was about an hour and 15 minutes. However, by the afternoon, turnout was slower but steady. We spoke to a few voters who say they were surprised at how fast they got in and got out.
I wasn't wait at all. Went in, came right out.
You got your sticker?
Yeah, got my sticker. Yes.
Really wasn't that many people up there.
Did that surprise you?
Yeah, pretty much. At the time that we came, it was around lunchtime, so I thought maybe a lot of people would be there.
I tried early voting, and the lines were so long. And generally here, so even flow during the day, it's probably going to be more after working hours. But it was easier to vote today than early voting.
What do you think of the paper ballot?
Well, election officials say they didn't experience any major issues at the polling site.
Voters in Prince George's have a lot to consider as they elect school board members in the aftermath of a series of scandals that shook the education system. The school board has 5 seats up for grabs. The candidates are in districts 1, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And the races come at a difficult time for the public school system. The county lost $6.4 million in federal funding for Head Start after allegations of child abuse and poor teacher training. Also, the school system was rocked by sexual abuse charges against 2 aides who had young students in their care.
And as many folks head to the polls to vote for president, here in Prince George's, we are taking a look at what's known as Question D. Residents will have to make a decision on whether they favor or are opposed to adding 2 at-large members to the county council. State Senator Anthony Muse is against it and even posted a video on Facebook explaining why. CTV spoke to voters in Upper Marlboro to find out where they stand on this particular question.
We really need 2 more? I don't think we need 2 more. I really don't. We got enough, and really these are not doing all that they're supposed to do.
Yes, I think that it should be extra positions added.
And why do you feel that way?
Just to make sure that there's checks and balances in place.
It would be a good idea. I really wasn't too familiar with what was going on actually, but after reading it and doing a little research, because I had read a little bit up on what I would be voting for, when I came here today, I thought it was something positive.
And if passed, Question D would increase the body of council to 11 members and end term limits. And of course, you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.